Hi guys, this is a guy here for another Dark Profile video, and here comes a generic Dark Profile video of Kagero or Overlord the Clan. Now let's start with the thing that made this comeback, the Purge. The Purge is our first, second, or possibly third stride. You see there, I have 3 copies but I only run 2. The reason is, I do not know what to change. Minimum to have a good deck is 2 copies, that's why I put 2. But if you have a third, even better, which I do have, but I didn't choose to add it because I don't know what to change. The only thing I think of changing might be remove a Ziegenberg or remove Zan. Either these two, or you remove Titan completely. Since Titan skill is kind of obsolete since the Purge, not the Purge, the Destiny can retire twice every time you stride. Twice. Every time you stride. First, uses a Soul Blast. Second, requires you to stride. And it's a counter blast. You retire 2 cards. The first one gets past resist units. The second one doesn't, but majority of the time your opponent only has like 1 resist unit. It's very few, and only dedicated players want to counter control decks that will add more than 1 resist unit on the field. Then next would be Titan. We thought of removing him, but in the end, here he is. If you don't know his skill is Counter Blast 1 and retire card for each face-up copy of himself. You can flip any card, but your first time using him, you need to flip a copy of himself. Then if you have more cards than your opponent, you draw a card. No wait. If you retired another card using another skill, then you draw a card. Then his GB3 skill, I'm going back and forth, is if you're blazing, which is most likely gonna happen, blaze is a state where you have more riggers than your opponent, he gains a crit. So he's a crit boy. That's why he has the word finisher in his thing there. He has the word finisher. Then after that is the ace. You can't go wrong with the ace. He's a restanding Vanguard that you will actually get to use. You get to use the ace. There's also Ziegenberg, our other restanding Vanguard. The reason why I have 2, it's because one of the deck things, the monthly deck things, I was able to complete Kai's deck because I just needed to craft a Ziegenberg. So that's what I did. I crafted the Ziegenberg, so boom, I was able to get that full gem for the Kai deck. Now, Ziegenberg's first skill, we don't use it at all. It's very rarely that we're gonna use his skill. But his skill is Soul Blast, Persona, retire a card. Any card, just retire a card. Because his GB3 skill is the thing that you want. His GB3 skill is, at the end of the battle, if this card is blazing, this card has blaze, and you know what blaze is, he restands. But sadly, it's his cost that's so strong, which is Counter Blast 1, which is quite cheap. But it's the hand cost. You have to discard the equal to the number of riggers left of your opponent. So you should only do this when your opponent has little to no riggers left. If not, pretty pointless. But first swing, 3 drives. Second swing, 1 drive, and during that 1 drive, you draw a card before you drive check. Then we have L Express, our finisher. Another finish. We have so many finishers in our G zone. So many finishers. We have very few mid parts of the game. Like the ace is possible to be mid part of the game. Same thing with Titan. But L Express is literally the finisher because it's like your opponent can't 6 damage heal. Because Persona Blast, Counter Blast 1, your opponent can only guard either with heal guards or they have to ditch a perfect guard. No, they have to ditch a grade 3 to use a perfect guard. And trigger effects are nullified if either of you are at 5 damage or more. Very, very nice. Then we have Zan. Zan is our filler slot. You can replace this with a Titan, with the Zero Dragon of Dragon Empire, whose name I keep forgetting, or another copy of the Purge. Then our generic Harmonic Messiah copy, because Harmonic Messiah is just way too good. Then going grade 3s, the Purge is our main and only right target. Majority of the time, it's very rarely that you'll try to go to the cross, but you're most likely going to go for the Destiny. His skill is on place or the start of right phase, Soul Blast 1, pick a card, retire it. Or technically, you pick the rear guard circle and retire the card that's on that circle. That's how it bypass resist, but does not bypass retire protection. Then its second skill is when you stride, counter plus 1, check top 7, add an overlord, and retire a card. And in Vanguard, you use as much of the skill as possible. So if you can't add an overlord, you still get to retire. If you can't retire, you can still add an overlord. You can still waste the counter blasts and add nothing or retire nothing if you wanted to, which you'll most likely do because there's chances you will fail to retire and fail to search for an overlord. Then we have the Inn, which is the mate of the cross, and that's why he's there. Of course, the remaining 5 cards, the only cards in the grade 3 that you need is the Destiny. The remaining 5 cards can be any overlord you can think of. As long as they have the name overlord, you can use them. The original overlord, the break right overlord, the great, the rebirth, all of those overlords, you can use them. But preferably you pick a good overlord like the original one, which is it's still very very good. Then grade 2s, we have Nahalem, Dragon Knight Nahalem, because he is our 11k to 21k beater. The reason I put 16 there, it's because when you attack with your Vanguard first, he gets plus 5k. If you attack again with the Vanguard, he gets another plus 5k, so it's 21 because he gets 2k immediately when your Vanguard is an overlord. And it's a grade 4. Then our next copy is Glow Heater Dragon, our 10k base unit. That's why I put there 10k base. And it's a 12 to 20k beater because of his other skill. If your Vanguard's overlord with its original card name, he becomes very very big. But his power is coincide with your opponent's damage. So if your opponent has 0 damage, it does not gain power. 1 damage, 2k, and a maximum of 5 damage plus 10. Then same thing with Burning Horn Evolute, except he can retire by paying a Soul Blast. That's it. You pay a Soul Blast, retire a card, but it has to be the same columns where you placed it. So, and you need to have an overlord in hand. So overlords are very very important. And lastly, for our last slot is our filler slot, which is a 12k beater. You can replace this with any card you can think of. A Soul Charger, Striken. I still don't forgot the Zero Dragon for Dragon Empire's name, and you remember Striken, even though I forgot his name at one point as well. But these cards are just filler slot. You can even replace it with Nahalem, the original Nahalem. This is our filler slot. Then PG, you could have used the counter charging PG, but we don't really counter blast so much that we need it anymore. But we need to draw cards. That's why we have him. If your opponent's attacks is equivalent to heal guard, if it's heal guard range, and you have a copy of Domjid in the drop zone, you can draw a card after. It refills your hand. Next we have is Doombringer High Flame. This card recycles our Overlord as long as it doesn't have a heal. So we can recycle. If you recycle 2, it recycles 1 to 2 copies. Recycle 2, you draw a card and you shuffle the deck. I think you shuffle the deck. I'm not sure. It doesn't say shuffle. You may return up to 2 from your deck. If you don't, if you return, draw a card. So since it's return, I'll assume it's shuffle because it doesn't say place them at the bottom of the deck. If it's placed at the bottom, it won't shuffle. But it says return, it must be shuffled. Then it's a stride fodder, but sadly it has to be on the field, meaning your opponent can target it, can remove it, can do something to it to prevent you from using it as a stride fighter. And the sad thing about this is, it's a specific stride fighter for only Overlord cards. So the Ace, the Purge, only those two cards can be used with this bad boy, which is why, which is why you're on one copy of Lava Flow Dragon. He's only there as a stride fodder. You can increase his copy if you don't have copies of this guy. But the copy you need to run four of is Lizard General Conroe. He started as a soldier, but now he's a general. His first skill is very important. If you don't have an Overlord card in your hand, or you don't have the Destiny, you call him immediately. This whatever card you think is the most useless, and add the Destiny to your hand because you really need to ride the Destiny. The Destiny is so important to this deck. We don't have Striken. We don't have Zora's list of DJ sources of having Striken to maximize the early game pressure. Then we have Lizard Soldier Conroe, the best starter and only viable starter for Kagero or Overlord the clan, unless you're playing Seal Dragons or some other build that I cannot think of right now. And I almost forgot the Legend. You can also add the Legend as the other backup grade 3. But in the end, you would rather run the ride the Destiny. Because the Legend skill of adding a Flame Dragon card from your hand is useful in the TCG, but it's useless in Zero since you need to retire intercepts. That's why the Legend wasn't really used much compared to Blade Master, and Blade Master got replaced not by the Legend but by Cohen, another version of Blade Master. The Legend never stood a chance to replace Blade Master. I explained the deck as best as I could. It's time to fight, and it's 11 minutes just explaining the deck. At least it's not as tedious as others, I think. Unless it's more tedious. I should check how long it takes me to explain the deck. Oh no, is this longer or shorter when I don't talk and I just let you guys read the actual card skill? Hopefully it's not a VP farmer and it's a good fight. But in the end, you should see this deck numerous times in ladder. Should see how strong it is. Sadly, it's a bit power crept. A bit, but it's still good. Since it can retire. Nobatama. We still have a chance to beat this clan. Ay, Nobatama is so strong. Nobatama is tier 1. Kagero is like in the bottom of tier 1 or top of tier 2. I should have put Glow Heater Dragon back. Okay, we have to ride our Doombringer. Okay, we literally have to ride our Doombringer. No choice. Okay, with Conroe skill, you have to always pick one of 3 options. A Perfect Guard, Conroe, or Doombringer. Oh my gosh, I just forgot something very important. Open. Overlord. I forgot to mention, I run 9 crits. No draws, just crits. Because I want to play this deck fast, which you can do. Play it fast, and that's it. And by the looks of it, he needed to search for Shiranui card. Okay. Sadly, it will be weak. Adding Doom High Griffin. No choice. Calling this card here to back. Ditching our heal guard since we're gonna get a new one anyways. Getting the Destiny. Normally there, if I didn't have to do this, I would have searched for either Doom. I would still search for Doom Highbringer, but I might have searched for Lava Flow Dragon. Because I would most likely ride Conroe if I have the Destiny already in hand. Okay, or 1 to 2 in our favor, but our opponent's gonna ride to grade 2. But thankfully we're 10k base now, so we're good. And we also have a grade 4. No, we have a Overlord card. So if we draw an Overlord, we can use Bringer skill. Doombringer skill. And our opponent chooses not to rush. Why is that? Okay, your opponent chooses not to rush. No. Yeah, we got our heal trigger back, so there's that. Swinging and swinging. Another one. Okay, just the one. Pushing our opponent to 5. They need to heal hard. If not, oh my gosh, what is that? Dominate when placed down and dominate one of your opponent's rear guards and your opponent's Vanguard is in or since when attacking. Units do not activate affecting you when any other rear guard attacks Vanguard you use plus 2k. Oh, pretty weird card, not that useful though. He attacks Conor, smart choice because Conor can countercharge. But then I rarely use Conor's skill. He's just there for getting Overlord card's name. Because you don't use cards that require counterblast. Oh my gosh, I cannot use the Purge skill because he only has 5. He already has 5 damage. He's gonna call Rene, so bye bye the Destiny. Bye bye Doom Bringer Griffin. Unless he doesn't call. Oh my gosh, he calls that. Please deck, please. Please. Because it's completely random. Don't be Doom High Griffin. Don't be Doom High. Doombringer High Flame. Yes, it's not Doombringer High Flame, so I can do things. But sadly, if he's smart, he would retire my grade 3 so I can't stride. Because striding is very important to the deck. Why? Oh yeah, why did he call the panda instead of I healed? So regards are already completely useless. Then again, the other thing can still do its thing. Activated skill. Smart person, very very smart. Chooses to kill a card that I need the most. Because how will I stride? Oh my gosh, I have to discard 2 cards now. I have no choice. I might have to ditch stride semi-hard with the perfect guard and a grade 2 which will come back to my hand. If he runs crits, I might be able to guard, but if he guards it, oh, I'm 26. Yeah, even if he gets a crit, I can block it with the heal guard. If not, I have to ditch 2 cards. I have to ditch 2 cards. Sadly, I can't use Ziegenberg because I'm not even Stride. I'm not even GB1. I I could use Titan to reverse back what I've lost. I can use Titan because Titan skill, sure, it can be a bit wasteful, but I get to draw card. The card draw thing is useful because you need to draw cards in the deck. Drawing cards is good. Okay, return this. You don't return the Destiny when you can. You return the N and the Cross if you can. Bye bye. Okay, no choice. I'm gonna call this thing here to maximum capacity key. Swing this here because no matter how this try, this will never reach. Okay, so we know he has no heal guards. I win game 1 and I thought I was gonna lose there. I rush hard. I literally rush hard. I thought I was gonna lose, but I rush hard. Titan. I should also put retire for Titan, but I can. It's the video's still recording because I still don't know how to edit things post after recording. So I have to edit it on the fly. Er, retire, retire, draw. There. Okay, one down, one more to go. Since I showed you what it can do, it retired the field, Titan did thing. Next game, win or lose, I'm gonna end the video. And it's gonna be like 10 minutes or so. Just most games last around 10 minutes or so. Games used to be a lot shorter, but because Hillguards, they extended the games. Okay, Gear Chronicle versus Kagero. This will truly show whether or not I can retire. Titan can't Cohen can't retire as much as Overlord now because Overlord can retire 2 per stride, 3 if you use a stride that has a specific retire skill, or more. Riding Conroe. The ideal ride is Conroe or Lava Flow Dragon. Okay, I ride this. Okay, what to pick? Yeah, I can pick a perfect guard to hope for defensives later on, or it can be very aggro. I'm picking very aggro. Because I don't run draw triggers, I should maximize the amount of cards I can draw with. I won't be able to crit as much because majority of my grade 3s are in my hand. Hmm. Hey, pushing. Not that much. Interesting card to ride. Interesting, yeah, interesting card. Okay. Riding this. Activating skill. Bye bye. Calling this here. I know it's a bit of a waste, but it's better than nothing. Swing here because this thing has a chance to crit. Has a chance to crit or a chance to heal. Either way is good. I crit. So I crit. My opponent's now at 4 while I'm at 2. I am strong. My luck is resonating. Phoenix, he can deal me, since I'm open board, he can deal me one, two, three, four, possible or yeah, 4. Wait, this card's 11k base. Wait. Oh, he can't because he doesn't have enough cards in the bind zone. He doesn't have enough cards in the bind zone. Sad for him. This card has a Zodiac Nimbus. Might actually use this. It's 11k base. Hmm. Has a use. Might use that instead of cards I'm using. Okay, time to show. You have a resist unit. You have to pick what you retire with the first skill because if not, you're gonna make mistakes. Okay, going with the purge, discarding this card. My opponent has only 2 cards left in hand. Okay, calling. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? 1, retire, retire, activate skill, put this to put this to the deck, and draw a card. Do the same thing here. Put this to the deck. Draw a card. Hope I get a good rear guard. Good enough. Activating skill. Putting the destiny. Okay, I'm gonna go all out. $26,000 maximum power. 26,000. I jinxed myself. I just need one trigger to make this hit. One trigger deck. I put back 4. Never mind. I won because my opponent didn't have a perfect guard. Anyways, see the power of Kagero. First game, was it okay? I think it was okay. It was against Nobatama. And I thought I was gonna lose that game. This game was also okay. So I can end this knowing that I showed the best I can do with Kagero. Thank you guys for watching and hope you to see you again when Vanguard revitalizes itself. Lag. I will let you guys see my rank. But I am ranking up to Legend 27. And I maxed in Kagero, so ranking with this deck is not viable, especially if I want to get a new banner, while I still can get a new banner. So, guys, try your best to get the banners you want while you still have the chance. Thank you, and once more, bye bye.